Sometimes, a film comes along that's so uniquely bizarre, so profoundly human that you can't help but laugh while your heart slowly breaks. Martin McDonagh's The Banshees of Inisherin is exactly that kind of cinematic experience. A pitch-black comedy that uses the deceptively simple premise of a friendship's collapse to explore something far more complex about human nature: loneliness and the inherent madness of small communities. Set on a remote Irish island in 1923, the film follows Padraic, played by Colin Farrell, a simple, well-meaning man who finds himself utterly blindsided when his lifelong best friend Colm, played by Brendan Gleeson, abruptly declares that their friendship is over.
I just don't like you no more.
Why? Because Colm has had enough of Padraic's dull conversations and wants to spend his remaining years composing music instead of wasting time.
And I think I need to spend the time I've left thinking and composing and trying not to listen to any more of the dull things that you have to say for yourself, but I'm sorry about it. I am like.
And if that sounds harsh, oh, you have no idea what's coming. Padraic, being the lovable idiot that he is, refuses to accept this decision. He pesters Colm for answers, keeps showing up at the pub, and tries to rekindle their bond like a sad ex who just can't take a hint. Even when Colm gives him the cold shoulder in front of the whole village, Padraic doesn't give up. He even ropes in his sister and the town's resident oddball Dominic, played by Barry Keoghan, for support.
You can't just all of a sudden stop being friends with a fella.
Why can't I?
Why can't you? Because it isn't nice. What, he's what?
He's dull.
But Colm isn't just serious about cutting ties, he's deadly serious. Literally. He tells Padraic that if he doesn't leave him alone, he'll start cutting off his own fingers one by one. Geez, what happened to people just blocking your number? Well, I guess 'cause phones weren't a thing then.
If you don't stop talking to me, and if you don't stop bothering me, I'll take those shears, and I'll take one of my fingers off with them, and I'll give that finger to you.
Padraic, of course, assumes he's bluffing. Surely no sane man would actually go through with something so drastic just to avoid small talk. But Colm, being the stubborn, artistic, slightly unhinged man that he is, follows through. He takes a pair of shears and lops off a finger, then throws it at Padraic's door as proof. That's one way to get out of a handshake. For most people, they would gladly stay away at this point, but not Padraic. He certainly isn't most people. He keeps pushing, refusing to believe their friendship is truly over. And for his trouble, Colm keeps cutting. Meanwhile, the rest of the island watches this absurdly escalating feud with a mix of curiosity and concern. Padraic's sharp-witted sister begs him to stop torturing himself over a man who clearly doesn't want him around.
You've got to leave him alone now, Pádraig, for good.
While Dominic latches on to Padraic, offering his own twisted version of friendship. And through it all, the looming Irish Civil War rages just across the water, a distant but powerful backdrop to this tiny personal war between two former friends. By the time things reach their inevitable breaking point, the film has slowly, almost imperceptibly transformed. What starts as a quirky tale of a friendship gone wrong morphs into something darker, sadder, and more unsettling. Because it's not just about Padraic and Colm anymore. It's about loneliness, the fear of being forgotten, and the bitter realization that sometimes, no matter how much we want things to stay the same, people change. And that's where The Banshees of Inisherin gets you. Written and directed by Martin McDonagh, who directed In Bruges, 3 Billboards Outside Ebbing, Missouri, this film is a masterclass in blending pitch-black comedy with deep existential tragedy. It's hilarious in the most uncomfortable way, like laughing at a funeral, but only because someone tripped over the casket. Colin Farrell delivers what might be the best performance of his career. He plays Padraic with such heartbreaking sincerity that you can't help but root for him, even as he makes all the wrong choices. Brendan Gleeson, on the other hand, is masterfully stoic, somehow making Colm both sympathetic and utterly infuriating. And Barry Keoghan, let's just say, if there's ever a Hall of Fame for most lovable yet tragic weirdos in cinema, Dominic is getting a statue. But the real MVP of the film? The island itself. McDonagh turns this tiny, windswept piece of land into something almost mythical. Gorgeous, yet isolating. Peaceful, yet suffocating. Every shot feels like a painting. Every sound of crashing waves and rustling grass amplifies the loneliness. And with the Irish Civil War raging in the background, the film subtly reminds us that this isn't just about two men feuding. It's about a country tearing itself apart, about how stubbornness and pride can turn even the closest bonds into something unrecognizably bitter. At its core, The Banshees of Inisherin is a film about loneliness, about how some people crave connection while others push it away, about how being nice isn't always enough, and about how some wounds, once inflicted, can never fully heal. It's a breakup movie, a dark comedy, a tragedy, and a reflection on human nature all rolled into one. So, in a 5-point scale, what will I score this movie? I'll give it 4 out of 5 fingers. The exact number of fingers Combs gave to prove his point. That's all I've got for today. If you enjoyed this review, give it a thumbs up, and I'll see you in the next one.